um Juju Godly. So wait, I gotta do this real quick. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. So today I'm doing what if Deku was a Saiyan. Okay, so here we go. So how we're gonna start off right now. So let's say. Oh wait. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I had to do something real quick. So we start off with the series. So Deku's dad is Broly this time. His dad is Broly, and yeah, and then he goes because he knows um Goku, he goes to different universes, and then he just randomly goes to universe 6 because he senses a few high energy there, but he sensed like Kaba and Khalifa and Kale and stuff. Yeah, he sensed them, but he met them and stuff, and they were training, and then he went to Earth to see what was going on there, to see if there's anybody strong there, and then he finds this woman, which is Izuku's mom, and she is the number 2 hero because this time, like, Endeavor is the number 3 hero because he can never beat her. And yeah. And then he meets her, and then they like straight up first sight they just notice each other, and then they both like started to catch feelings. And then they start, and after a few years they start to get to know each other, and then they become girlfriend and boyfriend and all that stuff, and then they get married, and then they have a kid, Izuku. So Broly will be there like each time he gets, because I'm gonna say Broly goes to that universe and he wants to become the god of destruction because he just wants to. So yeah, and then he beats the god of destruction there, and he just becomes the god of destruction, right? Okay, we got the underways, and now we got Deku. So he's half Saiyan, and you know the half Saiyans are really strong. They're strong. Like if Gohan like kept training, he would be stronger than Goku right now. Right? Okay. So here we go. Let's get back to the story. So when Deku was born, he does have a quirk this time, and that quirk is Wait, hold on. I gotta do something. I'm sorry, guys. This happens a lot in the videos, but I got a bunch of stuff happening right now, so I'll talk to you guys in like 30 seconds. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. So, his quirk is he can like take other people's quirk. That's pretty OP. I'm not like the last sort of that I'm doing right now. What if Deku had Ultra Instinct? I'm making him so OP. I'm gonna make him a decent amount of OP. But like when he's born in Super Saiyan 3, cause he has like a. And yeah, he's born in Super Saiyan 3. But he can still go to like Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan 2. And yeah. And he can with that he can take people's quirk. That quirk, it helps him take other people's energy. And he has a bunch of energy, and he's able to just be born as Super Saiyan 3, or I should say a lot of ki. He's able to go Super Saiyan 3 already. So, yeah. But he only gets to do that when he was like a little kid. So he can't tap into it until like the later in the series. I'm gonna say that, yeah. But then after Super Saiyan 3, for like about a minute, he just goes straight into Super Saiyan White, into Super Saiyan 1, and then the doctor's like, what is this kid? What is he? And then like they're all shocked because of the power that he's getting off. Like he's so powerful. And And yeah, guys, he is so powerful. Oh, and I forgot to mention this guy. I'm sorry. I said that I was uploading at 6 o'clock. I had to do extra schoolwork because they made us do school online. I don't like that at all. Because it felt like summertime, and it will be in a few months. Yay. Oh, no. I mean, this school year has been pretty quick for me. But yeah, guys, let's get back to it. So, let's do a time skip. So, when his dad, whoa, but Broly is there when he's born too, by the way. And then, Izuku's mom, is there too. And then, they get to go to the God of Destruction world, which is Broly's world. And they live on there until Izuku's about 4 years old. Now, Izuku actually does train but he trains by the time he's 1 years old. He trains because, what am I gonna say? Yeah, but he just, like, throws kicks and punches, like, baby punches and stuff, all the way until he's 4 years old. I just want him to be powerful. I just want him to train when he's, like, a little kid, too. So, he trains, but not while, like, trying to train with his dad. He does that, and he just punches his dad, kind of. And then he gets a massive Zenkai boost because his dad flickered him off of him because he got mad, and then he almost got his. Then he was near death. Let me just say that he was almost near death. So he got his Zenkai boost, and now he has a bunch of ki. And by the way, he knows how to fly because his dad taught him because he has a massive amount of ki. Okay, yeah, we have that in the rules. Okay, so yeah, didn't I say he has a bunch of ki? He has a bunch of ki. Now, when he becomes 4 years old, they go back to the normal world and they see if he has a quirk, which he does have a quirk. And then they find out that his quirk is he can take people other quirks and he can take their. And then they say that something else, and then it like has like so. Let's say there's like one ball in the middle, and it says take people's quirk, and then there's a line that's connected to it, and the circle it just says unknown. That's like another part of his quirk, which I said is he can take people's ki, which they don't know what ki is. So yeah, they don't know what ki is yet. And yeah, and then he starts to go to school, and then he meets Bakugo, and then this time Bakugo and him like. Bakugo doesn't treat him like trash. He actually treats him like his friend. And Bakugo, from getting like the stuff from Deku, is like a nice person, and he isn't cocky at all. Or he's not as cocky. Let's just say that he's pretty cocky. Yeah, and then let's just say like every summer. And each time he gets off of school, he just goes straight back to his dad's planet, and then they just train. And then when he becomes 5 years old, Broly goes to Bulma and asks her, can she make a capsule so they could go into the hyperbolic time chamber? She does, and he gets it, and then he goes back to his planet, and then he sees the sun, and then they say, okay, we're gonna train like hardcore for the next few years. And then he's like, wait, I thought I have to go to school, Dad. And then he's like, I got a surprise. And then they go into the hyperbolic time chamber, which is upgraded. Now each second out there is a year in there. So they train hardcore. While the first 10 seconds he learns he'll learn God Ki, and you can't get the legendary Super Saiyan passed on. So I was gonna do that, but then I found out that you can't pass it. Or I don't think I'm not gonna do that anyway. I don't want to make too OP because I already have an OP technically. But yeah, guys. He has the what is it called? I forgot. Wait. But yeah, he gets God Ki, and he knows how to go Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan God Blue. Now, the next day comes and they actually like train, and Deku for like he gets to sleep for like a long time, like cause it yeah, he sleeps for a long time because of all that training. So it's like he goes into hibernation for 10 years. Wow. But yeah. What was I just saying? Wait. Yeah, for 10 years because it's been 10 seconds in the real world. And then they just keep training until it's time for Deku to go back home and so he can go back to sleep. Now, Deku has a bunch of Zenkai boosts between all the stuff. Now he's very, very strong. He's almost as strong as, he's not as strong as his mom. And by the way, he's very rich because his mom is the number 2 hero. Now, his mom, I'm going to say, they have, I'm going to say, oh, and by the way, Deku knows Akai and all those stuff because, what's his name? Broly, because Goku taught Broly all the moves that he knows, and Vegeta taught all him moves, so he knows all those moves. He knows the Spirit Bomb, he knows the Super Kamehameha, he knows the normal one, he knows Final Flash, he knows, yeah, he knows all that stuff, and he even knows how it can. Yeah, only fit. I'm gonna say he's about 25% of All Might's power. 25, and he's only 5 years old. Now let's do a time skip all the way until he's 10. He goes with his dad and train. He just does the same thing each day. Now he has millions of Zenkai boosts. By the way, he gets millions of Zenkai boosts. Yeah, millions of Zenkai boosts. Yeah, he gets why do I keep saying that? He gets millions of Zenkai boosts, and he gets so strong, and he's stronger than All Might by this time. But no, he's now 75% of All Might. Now, I'm going to say he has Ultra Instinct because Broly, he's a god now, and his angel would have taught him Master Ultra Instinct. He knows everything about Ultra Instinct now. Now, so he knows about Ultra Instinct. He can do it, but it's only, that's like 75% of him is All Might, right? Actually, if he unlocks all of his potential, that's only 1%, by the way. And I'm by the end episodes, like the 2 end episodes, that's when we really see that power. Cause there's a few things that will happen, by the way, and yeah, all that stuff happens. And but yeah, and then they come, and then we have him 10 years old, and then he everything goes the same and stuff, and him and Bakugo are still friends, and now this time Bakugo isn't cocky at all this time now, because it's been 5 years and stuff, and they're both friends, and he doesn't look up to All Might that much. He only looks up to his mom, really, and his mom, she knows Ultra Instinct. Yeah, I'm gonna say she knows Ultra Instinct, but it's not enough to be All Might. Because there's only 1% of the actual normal, just 1% of Ultra. Like, she only knows 1% of all. So, he is actually as strong as his mom. Right now, yeah, he's as strong as his mom. And she's about 90% of All Might. But by the way, that's only 1%. By the way, it's still just 1%, aka 7. Yeah. 100% of him is equal to 75% of All Might. No, 90. Yeah, because of all those inkaibos. I forgot about all that. So 90% of his power, his mom is about 87% of All Might's power. So that's really good. Now let's skip all the way to the start of the anime, which is when he's 14 years old. And they're in class, and Deku says he wants to go to UA with Bakugo. And then, because they're both rivals, even though they're not as strong as each other, they're both rivals. Disconnected. But yeah, they're both rivals, and all that stuff. So they do, but Deku is really strong. He gets recommended, so he doesn't have to do any of that. But he doesn't take it because he wants to prove himself. No, instead of Bakugo, he's like half of how cocky Bakugo is. Like half. But that's only when he like really knows he's gonna win. So when it's time, because Deku knows Ultra Instinct. He only has 50% of it though. He is stronger than John, like I said before, but she has her quick and her raw strength, which is like wow. So either way of that, so he does Ultra Instinct, and his Ultra Instinct, like in the Dragon Ball manga right now, like how that guy trains Goku right now to be super fast. That's how fast he is. He's like super fast. He's faster than Goku at that time when he asked him to train him. I haven't been reading it that much, so I don't know how far it is into the manga right now. I don't know how far it is, but all I remember is that part. So yeah, we have all that, and what was I just saying? Wait, I gotta pause this real quick because I gotta read something. Wait. Okay, sorry about that. Now I got it. So, he's super fast. So he goes out there, he defeats all the robots, and everybody is like really mad at him. He gets over 2,000 points. Because there's a bunch of robots this time, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of robots. And by the way, the thing is like so big. It's as big as like a city. It's as big as his city. So he gets over 1,000 points. Everybody else, there's about 10 robots left out of the 100 robots. And everybody gets mad at him, and then now he sends about 100 zero-pointers out, and that gets everybody afraid. Now, mostly everybody is about to get crushed, and then Deku, because he knows how to fly and he goes super fast, he saves everybody, which gets him about how many people are there? I don't know. I think there's hundreds of people there. Yeah, because there's other people who wants to take the exam. So, there's hundreds of people there. He saves let's say there's 1,000. No, yeah, because it's bigger this time. There's 1,000 people there. He saves 500 of them. Each person is about. Each person is Sorry, I'm gonna do the math. So he saves half of each person is. Wait. How am I supposed to do that math? I'll do it after I'm done. I'm sorry, guys. I can't do that right now. What was it called? Oh, no. I actually almost forgot. Yeah, he saves half of them, which gets him a bunch of points, which is each one is 100 of them. Do I divide it or do I times it? 500 divided into 100 is 500. Sorry guys, I'm trying to do this math. Wait. Okay guys, I did that math and he gets 50,000 points for doing that. And it's a world record, yay! And like everywhere, so he beats all my score by like what 30,000. Um, and yeah, and he definitely gets in, and everybody else has to do a redo because they didn't get no points. And only like a few of them only got points. So I'm gonna say the people who did get points got in, but then the rest of the people, because it wasn't fair, because the deku kind of is OP, he gets to like defeat everybody else. Yeah. So he gets in to UA, but there's a week until they have to go back to school because of the kids that have to do a redo, and they want to give them enough time to like train and stuff. So during that week, he goes back to his father's place. They train in the hyperbolic time chamber, and yay, he's OP, like really OP. He's stronger than All Might now because of that 1 week. And yeah, Broly is like really overpowered. He's like the strongest person almost in the multiverse. He's not stronger than Goku, by the way. I'm gonna say he's like third strongest. Because you have to add Vegeta too, so. But yeah, so Deku gets in, he trains, and after that he goes to UA. And then when he gets there, everybody's asking him, "What is your quirk? And how are you able to do that?" And he says to them, "Okay, by the way, I didn't use my quirk, and because you did ask, my quirk is like I can take people's power and I can do something else, which is unknown." And the doctor said that it was unknown, guys. And then everybody's like, "Well, then how did you do that?" He said, "Because I used my Ultra Instinct." And everybody's like, "What is Ultra Instinct?" He said, "It's like this ability where you are super OP and powerful." And then everybody's like, "Interesting." And then they all just like are like pressing their hands together, like ha 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 ha. They all try to. So yeah, that happens. And the teacher comes in, and Ozawa is like, "Everybody, settle down, and all that stuff." But he comes in as a caterpillar. And then, because, I'm gonna say that Deku, well, he was on his, dad's planet. So, let's say there was actually a tree. And there's apples and stuff. And worms were there, and caterpillars were there. So the caterpillars, he would fight the caterpillars, and like since he was like a little kid, he would fight them, and then like one day they eat like a magic fruit one day, and then they become big, and then he got a fear of caterpillars. So when he saw the caterpillar, when he saw Mr. Ozawa and he thought it was a caterpillar, he tried to kill it, right? And then everybody's like, "No, don't kill it!" And then everybody's like, "Yo, what are you doing?" And then Mr. Ozawa is like, "I'm gonna take your quirk," but then he didn't, and then he just flies through the building. He would have died, but I mean, he's like one of the top 10 heroes, I'm guessing. Yeah, he is, I think. I gotta check. Yeah, he's one of the top 10 heroes, so I mean, he's not gonna die from that easily. So we get that, and then the day just goes by as canon, everything happens. And then we skip to when, oh, and by the way, the sludge villain attack never happened. It never happened at all, by the way. Because before because All Might is more powerful, and this time he didn't get the scar from All for One. He didn't get the scar because Izuku's mom was there, so they both beat him up and stuff. So he's more powerful, and he's like in his prime and stuff still. So he was able to defeat the Sludge villain, and none of that stuff happened. But I'm gonna say he doesn't get one for all. Yeah, I'm gonna say he doesn't because his power is already stronger than one for all. So I'm gonna say, well, that's it. Let's go to, let's say, okay, now let's do Mr. Ozawa does the test. And in my last what if, by the way, he doesn't do the test because he knows that everybody is very strong. And he doesn't have to do all that, so Bakugo and Ida never like teamed up to get it. No, none of that happened, by the way. And this it does. So, Miss Hardawa tells him to do the test, and then, on the ball throwing test, Deku uses about 50% of his full power, aka like 1% of his full power, by the way. Not even 1%, like a little tiny bit of his power. He uses that power and he just throws the ball and it just goes infinity. No, beyond infinity. It goes to a whole entire different universe. And he doesn't, it just says beyond, it doesn't even say that. It just breaks the machine. And then they say, what? How did you do that, Deku? And then he's like, he doesn't have nothing to say about it. He's like, I just did it. And, everybody's like, interesting. Because, by the way, they're all going to team up together and they're all going to try to get Ultra Instinct, by the way. It greatly fails, by the way. And then, we get to that, and then this time we do all that stuff, and then they get their hero costumes, right? Now, Deku's hero costume, like everybody else's hero costume is the same, but this time, his costume will not be the same. This time, it will be like, imagine you had Goku, but let's say it was like a normal Saiyan armor, but mix that with Shallot's armor, and then you have like blue armor, but with those like pads at the end. And you have like Shallot's like pants and stuff, and it looks like cool. And then everybody's like, "Wow, look at your hero costume!" And like he has like a mask too. Like let's say he has like let's say, wait, let me check. Like, no, scratch that. He doesn't have a mask. So, all that happens, and then they do the things. Now, this time it's not, Izuku and Ochaka. This time it's, Izuku and Todoroki. Now, this is a really good matchup, right? Now, you have, Ida still with Bakugo, and then everything happens. And then this time, switch it around. Deku and Todoroki are the villains, and Ida and Bakugo are the heroes. Now, because of Deku's quirk, he just takes their power. It's like Eraserhead's quirk, but he can actually take their power and have it as a quirk, but they still get their power back, by the way, but he still has it too. So he takes their power, and they can't use it, so they just have to do everything normally, and they can't, and then the time runs up, and then the bomb just explodes, and then they lose, and then All Might says, okay, it's over, the villains won. And then Deku gives them their quirks back, and then Bakugo is like, how did you do that, Deku? And he says, I used my quirk. And he said, but I thought your quirk was Ultra Instinct. But he said, don't you remember I told you guys my quirk was taking away other people's quirk? And then they're like, oh yeah, we remember. And then yeah, all that happened, and then let's say everything plays out the same. He gets to like everything plays out the same. Everything's battles except the when he was I forgot who was with Todoroki. Like whoever was with Todoroki, that's actually Utaka now. I don't know who was with him because I don't remember it because it's been months since I've seen the episode. And yeah, um, yeah, I think it actually almost been a year since I've seen the episode. Wow. Um, and yeah, everything plays out the same except that one thing. And yeah, yay. And we get back to, let's say, let's say All Might says, "Wait, young Midoriya," and then he's like, yes. And then All Might says, "I want to train you and to do my have my quirk." And then he said, "No, I don't want your quirk, but I might just take the training." And he's like, "Oh, okay. Tell me when you have somebody in mind to take my quirk." And then he's like, okay." And yeah, all that happens, and then oh wait, yeah, I gotta get back to all that happens, and then no. He trains to like, cause his body is already he's already muscular. Now during that training, he just gets more like strength. That's really it. He just is able to pick up stuff like, and he is more. He is this time because of the training. Now he's actually more powerful than All Might, and he's like able to actually destroy a planet if he wants to, but he doesn't because he's not like that evil. No, wait, he's not evil at all. What am I saying? But yeah, all that training happens, and then all that stuff, and then the USJ attack. Now I'm gonna save that for next episode, and what time is? I'm gonna make this 35 minutes long. Okay, now let's talk about this. So they're on their way to the USJ, right? And then they're all just sitting on the bus and talking about stuff, and then stuff starts to happen. They all start to talk to Deku and say, how did you get this strong?" And he said, "My dad." And then they say, "Who is your dad?" And then he says, "The God of Destruction." But they don't know what the God of Destruction is. And they're like, "What is the God of Destruction?" And then he says, "It's a person that destroys planet." And then all of them are like, "What are you talking about?" And then he shows them the things. He shows them like, I'm gonna say that the God of Destruction is like a legend, and then he shows them the book of like God of Destruction people, and then they're all like, "Wow, your dad is this?" And I mean, some of them say, "Wow," like, but Bakugo and Todoroki and like Ida, all of them say like, "You're lying," and how is that real? It's just a legend. And then he's like, "You want me to prove it to you?" And then they're like, "Yeah." And then he knows instant transmission, by the way. So he just touches them, and then they go to the planet. And then Broly's like, "Hello, son. Why are you here?" And he's like, "Because my friends didn't believe that you were the God of Destruction." And then he's like, "Well, you shouldn't have did that." And then they're like, "Where are we? Who are you? What is this place?" And then he's like, and then Deku's like, "This is the God of Destruction's planet. This is my dad, and this is his teacher. His name. Wait, I forgot. Oh God. Can you guys comment in the comment section what Universe 6's angel name is, by the way, because I actually forgot. Um, I had all of this stuff, but then I forgot about what their names were. Yeah, can you tell me? And he says this is his teacher. I know it's a girl, but I'm not even gonna guess. This is his teacher, some blank, 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 and all of them are like, wow, interesting. And then he says, okay, guys, we have to go now. And they're like, no. And then he just straight up touches them, and then instant transmission back onto the bus. And then everybody's like, where have you guys been for the last 2 minutes? And then they're like, we went to the God of Destruction Twitter, and they're like, wait, why didn't you take us? Because you guys believed in me. And then they're like, no, we don't believe you anymore because they just want to go to his planet. But no, it doesn't work on him because he doesn't. And they arrive at the US.
I'm sorry, you recording.
That's okay. Guys, I gotta wait 1 sec, guys. Okay, guys, sorry about that. My dad had to ask me a question. So let's get back to the thing. Yeah, they get to the USJ, and I'm gonna leave you guys on a cliffhanger because I'm gonna end this episode off at 36 minutes, and I don't want to be like how long the other video was when it was 54 minutes. That was very interesting. But yeah, guys.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, thank you, Dad. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later when I do my next episode of this series tomorrow, and I might do 2 more episodes of What If Deku Had Ultra Instinct. So yeah, guys, bye.